Hare Krishna. Break free from the material conception of the external and the internal. Normally, we refer to things that are outside us as external and things that are inside us as internal. So, whatever be our reference point, so somebody is outside the house, that is we refer to outside or external, and somebody who is within the house we refer to as internal. Now when we apply this same logic of external and internal to ourselves, at that time we often have a wrong reference point. Just like if we were referring to external or internal from the house point of view. Now one person may refer to the house as the house plus its attached lawn. So a thief may be outside the house proper, in the sense that the thief is outside the concrete structure of the house, but the thief may still be inside the house in the sense that it is inside the lawn of the house. Or we could have outside the house, it could refer to the house as a house as a central living area, and it has an outer walking area. So the thief may be in the outer walking area, which is in one sense inside the house and another sense outside the house. So the point which I am making is that outside and inside are these usages, or external or internal. These usages are dependent on our reference points. So if we have a wrong reference point, then what is outside may be considered, what is inside we may mistake it to be outside. So if there is the main security is at the main gate, and then there's a door of the house, there's a gate to the premises. The main burglar alarm, the main security is at the main gate, and the thief has come through the main gate inside. Then although the thief is still outside the house, but still in another sense the thief is inside the house, because the thief has come inside through the main security barrier, main defense measure. So like that, the reference point will determine what is inside and what is outside. So when we refer to ourselves and think of outside and inside, we usually, even when people talk about look within and look inside yourself, find out who you yourself are. So often we still hold on, although these statements sound deeply spiritual and they can be spiritually helpful, but such statements, if they are made using still a bodily reference point, if we still identify ourselves with the body, then we think of that which is outside the body as external, and that which is inside the body is internal. So again, then if we have the mind within us, and the mind is often a misleader. So the mind is a misleader. The mind actually is just like a thief from outside may plunder our wealth. The mind from inside is like a thief which plunders our wealth. And because the mind plunders our wealth like this, so we need to be aware of the mind. We can't just accept the mind's ideas, the mind's schemes, the mind's fantasies as our own desires. If we do so, then we will be overwhelmed, we will be misled, we will even be degraded, because the mind will impel us to do terribly wrong things. So we need to carefully understand from the point of view from the reference point of the soul, that from the soul's perspective even the mind is external. And the Bhagavad Gita points to this perspective when it states that in 15.7 that Mamaivamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutah Sanatanah Manah Shashthani Indriyani Prakritisthani Karshati. So Mamaivamsho Jiva Loke, that the living beings in this material world are my parts. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, they eternally my parts. Manha Shashthani Indriyani, that along with the mind, the six senses, Prakritisthani Karshati, they are struggling in this material world, the six senses, which include the mind. So essentially, what Krishna says here is that the mind also is the cause of our struggle. So senses and the sense objects that are outside us, we can say that they are the cause of our struggle, but the mind is also a cause of our struggle. Krishna says that we are his amsha, we are his parts who are beyond the mind also. So if we want to truly become spiritual, realize our spiritual nature and relish our spiritual joyfulness, we are as soul Sachidananda, we are eternal parts of Krishna who is all attractive and all blissful. And we can at the spiritual level relish unlimited happiness. But to relish that happiness, we need to break free from the material conception of external and internal. As long as we hold on to the material conception of the external and internal, then we will still consider the mind to be internal, and we will accept the mind's suggestions and dictates, and that acting according to the mind's promptings will keep us alienated from our spiritual nature. That's why it's vital for us to recognize that we are souls, and from the soul's perspective, even the mind is external to us. And just as we would be at guard when any thief comes into our house, similarly when the mind starts alluring us, then starts saying this, saying that, do this, do that, we should be at guard. And by cultivating the spiritual conception of the external and internal, we will see the mind also as external, and we won't let the mind steal away our consciousness and thus deprive ourselves of spiritual happiness. By seeing the mind as external to us, we can stay true to our spiritual nature and relish spiritual happiness. Thank you. Hare.